What's up everyone, I'm Stonewall and today we're looking at the first ever LEGO Star Wars helmet. So with the new LEGO Star Wars helmets coming out here soon, I thought I would take a look at the pretty much all forgotten about original LEGO Star Wars helmet. If you're like most people, you're probably thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? That is not a LEGO set, and you are mostly right. So if you grew up in the 90s and you had any of the LEGO Star Wars sets, you probably recognize some of the pieces off of this. That's because it comes from set number 7161, the Gungan Sub. And if you remember, in the back of the instructions, sometimes these sets had a little comic where the guys usually start off with the original build and then they get into some trouble, the pieces break apart, and they have to rebuild it to, get out of the situation or whatever. And that's where this one comes from. So that's the unofficial, official LEGO Star Wars helmet. Obviously this was not a official set. This is just an alt build picture in the back of the instructions. And there actually aren't even any instructions to this. It's just several different pictures there. But working off that, I was able to recreate it. And since it is in the instruction booklet, I'm going to say it's a sort of official set. Alright, before I talk anymore, let's go ahead and build the first LEGO helmet. So there you go. I don't know if you could tell from the build, but this thing is kind of finicky. It has two hinge points, this front part and the back part. And then all this front part can easily pop off from these hinge pieces. So it's kind of a pain. And it obviously is not even big enough for an adult. I imagine a child's head could probably fit in there, which back in the day LEGO sets were predominantly marketed towards children, so that might actually be kind of a cool build if you were a child. So in the comics they start off in the Gungan Sub, but this big fish from the movie kind of breaks the sub up, and Qui-Gon has to use a lot of the bricks to build a breathing apparatus, kind of like that was in episode 1, but this one obviously looks a lot different. That one was kind of just a small thing in front of that he held in his mouth. This one is like a full mask. So this mask doesn't look anything like the one that the Jedi used in episode 1, but they were obviously limited to the parts from the Gungan set, and it does look like some kind of helmet that would help you breathe underwater. So it's kind of finicky, but it is pretty cool looking. You got two big eyepieces, one over the mouth with the orange thing inside of it. Got the engines on the side and like the tube pieces. Looks like that's where the breathing apparatus is. And then you have these tubes coming up here. I guess that's where it's kind of like a snorkel, I'm guessing. Whoops. And I think it looks kind of cool. Obviously, it's nothing like the really awesome helmets they have nowadays. This one is really finicky and airy, but the fact that you could potentially wear it if your head was small enough, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Especially considering that this was 22 years ago, so it's been a while since they got back into the kind of like the helmet thing. So there aren't actually any instructions in the book for this alt build. There's just a couple of reference images, but going off of that, I tried to do the best I could, and I think I did a pretty accurate job, at least going off of what I could see. There might be a few hidden pieces that I missed because I couldn't see them, but I did as good a job as I could, and it is, like I said, kind of finicky, but all in all, it's pretty cool. There are a few other builds in the comic story. There is a couple of more ships. There's this little Liferaft thing, which I made. Nothing special, but I was able to make that as well as this. And then there's this underwater ship that looks like that big fish, and I think that one looks really cool. Let me know if you want me to build that. I think I might try to build that one. That one's cool. But yeah, there you go. The first unofficial, official LEGO alt build LEGO Star Wars helmet. Let me know what you thought about this set. Obviously, I think everyone's going to like the modern helmets, especially since this wasn't even an official set. It was just an alt kind of suggestion build in the back of the instructions of the Gungan Sub. But if you like this set, be sure to like the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can catch the next video. Plan on doing the actual Gungan Sub set, as well as a lot of the other original Star Wars sets. So stay tuned. It came apart. Oh, come on.